Hey there, everybody, welcome back. Let's talk Manchester United. Officially, the Ruben Amorim era has begun. But before I get into that, I do want to speak about Ruud a little bit. Ruud was in charge for the last 4 games, and the last 4 games were a lot better than what I thought it would be. I'm not sure what you thought, but going into what fixture was it? Leicester in the cup. I thought we would win, but then in the league, I did not think it would be that easy. Like Chelsea, for example, I thought we could have easily lost that game. We lost against Liverpool. We lost against Spurs. Why couldn't we have lost easily against Chelsea? And honestly, if Ten Hag was there, maybe we would have lost. But it was a 1-all draw. And then we won the other 2 games. And the difference in the last 4 games compared to Ten Hag throughout the season so far is we scored a lot of goals. We honestly scored a lot of goals. What is it? Five against Leicester, then 3 against them again the other day. 1 goal against Chelsea, no doubt, but a couple in the Europa League as well. So overall, Ruud had a really good stay, and a lot of people wanted Ruud to stay. I heard Fernandes say the same thing. He wanted him to stay. I'm not surprised. He was an ex-teammate. Maybe if I was in the media and I had to speak about somebody I worked with before, I would probably say something like that as well. But I don't know if he really believes that, because I honestly think that the decision that Ineos has made, or I guess Ruben Amorim has made, for Ruud to leave is the right one, because Ruud being there, a lot of the players definitely did come out and say that they would like for him to have stayed. But honestly, even put in the spot, what would they say? No, let Ruud go, let him fuck off along with Ten Hag. Why the hell is he here? No, they're obviously going to say good things about him, especially because he is a legend of this club. But with him leaving, what happens is it's a clean slate now. With Amorim coming in, he can assess these players. And Ruud, he did a great job. I'm very happy for him. I'm sad that he had to be here only for this little while, and not the best thing coming into a position and losing it, not because of his fault whatsoever. But I think this is exactly what he probably planned about, because and maybe in a month's time we might find out if his plan succeeded or not. But basically, he put on an audition. Before coming into Manchester United, Ruud had no chance of becoming a Premier League manager. He was linked with Burnley, but again, Burnley are in the Championship. With this addition of his, especially against Leicester the other day, it was perfect. Everything went perfectly. He even had to make changes because the Rashford and Bello weren't doing well, and he subbed them within, I think it was 8 minutes of the second half or something like that. So it really worked out for him, because and he even dressed up parts, which is amazing, right? And when I say in the next month or so, West Ham, they might be without a manager. Crystal Palace, they might be without a manager. Maybe even Wolves. So there's three different positions opening up, or potentially that could open up. And there's one thing what we have realized in the whole Ten Hag out moment is there aren't that many managers out there. So maybe Ruud could actually get a chance at one of these clubs. And if he does, I will be very, very happy for him, and I wish him all the best in his future endeavors, especially if he were to get a role in the Premier League. But the Ruben Amorim era has officially begun. And boy, oh boy, am I excited. Honestly, I am the least excited I've ever been for a new manager starting. When Moyes went, I was happy for Van Gaal to come. When Van Gaal left, I was very happy for Jose to come in. When he left, I wasn't too happy for Oli to come in, but after the start that he had, I was super ecstatic for him to stay on board. Oli was at the wheel, but everybody sang it out. If whoever did not, kudos to you. You were right, but I was one of them. And you know what, funnily enough, all he did actually, he is the only manager since for Sir Alex to have finished back-to-back Champions League spots. So we just speak a lot of shit about him, but when we look at it, trophies are important, and I definitely do love trophies. But we have to give some credit to finishing back-to-back Champions League spots, because it hasn't been easy in the last decade, at least if you were a Manchester United manager. But either way, I was excited for Oli to come on board. I was excited for, who was after Oli? Rangnick. Yeah, I was excited for Rangnick to come on board, because we heard all of these great things about him. And honestly, with Austria, we do see what Rangnick does deliver. However, when it was wrong place, wrong time, and that shit team, they couldn't give a shit. Ten Hag coming in, I was 100% excited. And for right reasons. However, it did go all this shit at the end, but he did win through 2 more trophies than Oli had won in 6 years. And now we're at Ruben Amorim. And honestly, I can't let the thing is, I think I'm not letting myself get excited. Like a lot of Man United fans, like a lot of you guys watching over here. we're not letting ourselves get too excited because we've been here before, like I just spoke about, and it has been disappointment after disappointment. However, and it is a big however, Ruben Amorim is coming in under Ineos. No other manager has had that. They've always been under the shit of the Glazers, whether it's Edward Ward or Richard Arnold, always been under them, and it's been absolutely shit. But with Ineos, it is different. So that's one thing. The other thing is he is very promising. One thing what I did not like about Ten Hag, and a lot of people complain about, is and it could be because of his language barrier. I always felt bad for him, but he couldn't think on his feet and really defend himself in the media. Maybe it could have just been a language barrier, but also it could have been a personality. Ruben Amorim, on the other hand, is not like that. He deals with the media very well, from what we've heard from Portugal, also what we've seen in the last week or so in the Champions League game. And so that's a good thing. And also he comes with a different style. He is very young. So a lot of promising things about him, which do excite me, but at the same time, we cannot kid ourselves. One of the first thing he said was, or I actually read this maybe like an hour ago before doing this. Ruben Amorim has tasked one of his staff to assess the players, to assess the team, and see who matches the fitness levels for his style. I have some bad news for you, Ruben. 4 people might be fit for their style, so you better start thinking about a different style for next week against Ipswich, because these players are not going to fulfill this. In all honesty, if they decide to. And one thing what I can tell you about Manchester United players is they all have the potential. Like if they were a FIFA card, they would have that potential, but they would be dropped way below because they've been playing and performing shit for a very long time. Some of them are good. Like Mazraoui is a decent player, and he has been very consistent in terms of this season. And honestly, forget decent. He's been our best player. Bruno Fernandes could kind of can do that. Ahmad maybe. But again, these are kids, right? So we do have the potential to be really good this season. Who knows? Maybe even go have a title charge. I don't know. Nah, that's not going to happen. Because what's going to happen is Ruben Amorim is going to come in, and he's going to realize really, really fast that this Manchester United team is not the same as the Sporting Lisbon squad. And there will be a managerial bounce, like there already is. We won 3 and drew 1 against Chelsea. And there will be a bounce under Amorim as well. But these players will start giving up again, because not all of them are really good. And one thing what we've learned is, if one chink of the whole machine is not working fine, the whole thing malfunctions. And that's what happens with Manchester United over and over and over again. And I think that is going to happen again this time as well. However, we all can hope. And I am really hoping that Ruben Amorim has a really good start to the season and really good end to the season. And I really hope that we finish top 4. I think we should be able to get top 5, because the other teams have been doing really shit as well. But again, English teams have been pretty shit in the Europe this season. So I hope we make top 4 and another FA Cup. That would be amazing. But in reality, I think we're going to be struggling, and we might just make 5th place and probably make the last 8 and maybe the semis for one of the other knockout competitions. And with the Europa League, we should win it, honestly. We should be favorites. But again, I haven't seen enough from this team to say that they're going to do amazing. And I haven't seen anything from Amorim as a United manager to assess them. If Amorim was bringing his Sporting Lisbon squad along, I would definitely say we're finishing top 4. Maybe even challenging for the title because of how bad the other 2 teams are doing. And definitely winning the Europa League. But that's not the case. He's coming just with his coaching staff. And our players need to put in effort. So, I don't know what's going to happen. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. And have a nice day.